Good morning, everyone. Every day we open our eyes to a brand new opportunity, a chance to shape our future, rewrite our story, and take one more step toward the life we want. But what do most of us do? We pick up our phones, scroll through notifications, and allow the world to decide our mood before we even get out of bed. Today, I want to challenge that. Because how you start your day determines how you end it. Start your day with a moment, just one moment, devoted to you. Before the noise, before the pressure, before the world takes over your thoughts, start your day with gratitude. Remind yourself of the blessings you already have. Start your day with clarity. Decide what truly matters today. Start your day with belief. Tell yourself you can, and you will. Start your day with action. Even a small step can move mountains over time. The biggest changes in life rarely come from massive events. They come from tiny daily habits, repeated with intention. Choose to build those habits. Choose to take control of your morning. Choose to rise with a purpose bigger than yesterday's excuses. If you want a different life, start by changing your morning. Make your first hour your strongest one. Feed your mind with ambition, not doubt. Feed your heart with hope, not fear. Because the moment you wake up with a mission, everything starts to change. Your day changes, your mindset changes, your future changes. So start your day with gratitude. Start your day with focus. Start your day with power. Start your day with power, and watch, everything will change. The way you begin your morning is like writing the first sentence of a brand new chapter. It sets the direction, the energy, and the possibilities for everything that comes afterward. When you choose positive, intentional actions the moment you wake up, you are already winning before the day has even started. Think about it. If you wake up rushed, scrolling through negativity, or allowing stress to take over, your mind enters defense mode instantly. You spend the rest of the day reacting instead of leading. But when you start with calm, focus, and purpose, you shift into a mindset of control. Instead of being pushed around by circumstances, you become the one steering your life. Those first decisions, stretching your body, breathing deeply, speaking something powerful over your life, planning your goals, they create momentum. And momentum is one of the strongest forces in human behavior. Once you take a strong first step, the second step becomes easier, then the third, and suddenly your day is filled with wins. Success isn't created by luck. It's created by morning discipline repeated daily. When you choose how your day begins, you're indirectly choosing how it ends. A powerful morning leads to powerful results, because once your mindset is strong, nothing outside of you can easily break it. Most people wake up and immediately reach for their phones, letting messages, news, and social media decide how they feel. The moment you do that, you hand over control of your emotions and your focus to the world around you. Instead of beginning the day with your own intentions, you start reacting to what others expect from you. Notifications pull your attention in every direction, and suddenly you are rushing, comparing, worrying, or stressing, all before you've even taken your first step out of bed. But imagine a different approach. Imagine waking up and giving yourself a few quiet minutes where nothing else matters except your thoughts, your peace, and your priorities. When you refuse to let distractions rule your morning, you take back your power. You become the author of your day, not just a character in everyone else's story. This small act of discipline strengthens your focus and clarity. It teaches your mind that your goals deserve attention first. You get to decide what matters, what needs to be done, and how you want to feel. Taking control before distractions isn't just about avoiding your phone. It's about protecting your mental space. It's telling yourself that you are worthy of attention, that your purpose comes before the outside world, and that your time is valuable. When you begin the day with intention instead of interruption, you create a shield around your mindset. The world will still demand things from you, but now you're prepared. Instead of reacting, you respond. Instead of being overwhelmed, you stay grounded. And instead of starting behind, you begin ahead, calm, focused, and in control. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can bring into your morning. When you wake up and remind yourself of what you already have, your health, your loved ones, your opportunities, even the smallest comforts, You begin the day feeling rich instead of lacking. Gratitude shifts your attention away from what is missing and focuses your mind on what is present and valuable. It creates an inner atmosphere of abundance, which naturally increases motivation, positivity, and confidence. Wait. Too often, people wake up thinking about what they don't want to do, what they're worried about, or what they haven't achieved yet. This mindset creates stress before the day even starts. But gratitude interrupts that pattern. It reminds you that while your life isn't perfect, it is meaningful. It is meaningful. It grounds you in reality, but lifts your spirit at the same time. When you take a moment to appreciate your blessings, your brain releases chemicals that enhance happiness, reduce anxiety, and open up creative thinking. You become more capable of solving problems and handling challenges because you are entering the day from a place of strength, not frustration. Gratitude also makes you more aware of the progress you may overlook. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but look at how far you've come. Imagine how far you've come. Maybe you're still working toward your goals, but every day you're learning, growing, and moving forward. With a grateful heart, even small victories feel big. You start your morning with a smile instead of a sigh, with hope instead of hesitation. And that emotional shift influences the decisions you make, the conversations you have, and the energy you bring into everything you do. When gratitude becomes your first thought in the morning, life begins to feel more like a gift and less like a burden. Clarity is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself each morning. When you wake up and take the time to define what truly matters for the day ahead, you eliminate confusion and replace it with direction. Without clarity, your energy gets scattered. You end up busy but not productive, doing many things yet accomplishing very little. But the moment you take a few minutes to think with intention, you set a clear path for your focus, your actions, and your decisions. Clarity is about asking yourself powerful questions. What are the top 3 things I must complete today? What kind of person do I want to be today? What can I do that will move me closer to my goals? When these answers guide your day, you no longer waste time chasing every little task that shows up. You prioritize what pushes you forward instead of what distracts you. You are not just reacting to life, you are designing it. This simple morning practice helps you avoid the overwhelm that comes from trying to do everything at once. It builds confidence because you know where you're going and why, and every completed priority becomes a small victory that strengthens your momentum. Clarity also protects your mental energy. You become better at saying yes to what matters and a no to what doesn't. Your mindset becomes organized, your actions become meaningful, and your day becomes purposeful. When you start your morning by setting clear intentions, you give yourself a roadmap. Even if unexpected challenges come, and they will, you stay focused because you know your direction. Instead of drifting through the day hoping things go well, you take control and create results with purpose behind them. Self-belief is the invisible engine that drives your actions, your achievements, and the way you face the world each day. When you wake up and speak power into your own life, when you tell yourself, I can handle this, I am capable, or today I will make progress, you are training your mind to support your dreams rather than sabotage them. The truth is, every goal you have begins in the mind long before it becomes reality. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and insecurity, those emotions will hold you back from even trying. But if you choose to begin your morning with confidence and encouragement, you give yourself a stronger chance to succeed. What you believe about yourself shapes the choices you make. A person who doesn't believe they deserve success won't take steps toward it. They might procrastinate, hesitate, or give up quickly. But someone who believes in their own potential will act differently. They'll attempt more, push harder, and rise each time they fall. Morning belief is like armor. It protects you from negative self-talk and the judgment of others. It gives you the courage to step outside your comfort zone where growth truly happens. Affirming yourself every morning is not about pretending your life is perfect. It's about reminding yourself that you are strong enough to improve it. When you fill your mind with doubt in the first minutes of your day, you weaken your energy. But when you fill it with belief, you strengthen your spirit. Over time, these positive thoughts become your identity. You begin to trust your skills, respect your progress, and value yourself more deeply. Self-belief also improves the way you interact with challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as signs to stop, you start viewing them as opportunities to learn, adapt, and rise higher. You become more resilient because you know setbacks don't define your worth, they simply test your determination. And every time you prove to yourself that you can overcome something, your belief grows stronger. Starting your morning with belief is the foundation of confidence. It turns fear into motivation, pressure into power, and ordinary days into extraordinary progress. Powerful habits are like seeds you plant in the soil of your morning, small actions that may seem insignificant at first, but when repeated daily, they grow into strong results that can transform your entire life. Many people wait for a huge breakthrough moment to change everything. But transformation rarely comes from dramatic events. It comes from the consistent choices you make every single day, especially in the first hours after you wake up. Think of your morning routine as a system you build to support your goals. Maybe it's drinking water instead of checking your phone, reading a few pages of a book that inspires you, exercising, planning your tasks, or practicing gratitude. These habits might only take a few minutes, but each one strengthens your discipline and sharpens your mindset. Over time, that discipline expands into every part of your life, and suddenly you're showing up stronger, more focused, and more committed than ever before. Successful people are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who rely on habits when motivation disappears, because habits remove the need for constant willpower. You don't ask yourself if you should do something. You just do it automatically. And that kind of consistency builds momentum that is almost impossible to stop. Habits also define your identity. When you wake up early, you become someone who values time. When you exercise, you become someone who prioritizes health. When you learn something new each morning, you become someone who is always growing. Each small act is a message you send to yourself. I am becoming better. Even if progress feels slow, you are moving forward, and forward is the only direction success understands. What makes habits so powerful is that they stack. One good habit leads to another. You finish one task and immediately feel more capable of completing the next. Before you know it, the day that could have been ordinary becomes productive and meaningful. And as days build into weeks, weeks into months, those morning habits begin to change not just your day, but your future. When you choose strong habits, you choose a strong life. Taking at least one productive action early in the morning is like pressing the start button on your success for the day. When you accomplish something meaningful right after waking up, even something small, you create immediate forward motion. That early victory tells your brain, I am capable. I am active. I am already winning. And that feeling becomes fuel that pushes you to keep going. You build momentum before excuses have a chance to appear. So often people wait for motivation to strike before they start working. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect time, or the perfect plan. But progress doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. And mornings are your biggest opportunity to act before doubts and distractions get in the way. When you complete a task early, whether it's exercising, planning your goals, finishing a project, or even making your bed, you take control of the day instead of letting the day control you. This one action doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to move you forward. The brain loves accomplishment. Every time you complete something, your mind releases a burst of satisfaction and confidence, and it wants more. That's why a productive morning is often followed by a productive afternoon. You build a chain reaction of progress that becomes harder to break as the day continues. On the other hand, when you start your day with procrastination, it becomes easier to delay everything else. One postponed task leads to another, and suddenly the day is nearly gone without any progress made. But when you get that first win early, you stop overthinking and start achieving. You set a standard for yourself, a standard of action, discipline, and movement. A single productive action in the morning might seem small, but it is a message to yourself that today will not be wasted. It is proof that success doesn't require perfection, just the willingness to begin. A strong morning doesn't just influence the first few hours of your day, it shapes the way you think, feel, and act long after breakfast is over. When you begin your day with intention, focus, and energy, you are essentially programming your mind for success. The choices you make in those early moments ripple throughout the entire day, affecting your productivity, your mood, and even your interactions with others. A purposeful morning creates a mental framework that allows you to handle challenges more effectively, stay calm under pressure, and respond to opportunities rather than react to distractions. Your mindset is highly sensitive in the morning. Thoughts, emotions, and habits that take root during those first hours have an amplified impact because the brain is fresh and less cluttered. If you start with clarity, gratitude, and determination, you enter the day with resilience and optimism. On the other hand, if you begin with stress, indecision, or negativity, those feelings tend to compound, making it harder to recover as the day progresses. A strong morning essentially acts as a buffer against the chaos and unpredictability of life. Moreover, a productive start cultivates consistency. When you train yourself to rise with purpose, your actions begin to align with your goals naturally. You make better decisions because your priorities are clear. You approach challenges with a solution-oriented mindset instead of panic. Mike. You maintain energy and focus longer because you've already established a rhythm of accomplishment. The first few hours set a precedent, telling your brain this is how we operate. Focused, intentional, and capable. Over time, the benefits accumulate. Days that start strong lead to weeks of progress, and months of deliberate action become the foundation for remarkable personal growth. Your confidence grows because you know you can consistently show up for yourself. Your discipline strengthens because each morning reinforces your commitment to your own success. And your overall life trajectory changes because a purposeful start creates a cascade of momentum that touches every area of your life. From your work to your relationships to your personal growth. All of these elements come together to show one powerful truth. The way you start your day shapes not just your hours, but your life. When you choose intention over distraction, gratitude over complaint, clarity over confusion, belief over doubt, and action over procrastination, you're not just creating a good morning, you're creating a life of purpose, momentum, and growth. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to reset, realign, and rise stronger than yesterday. The power to change everything truly begins the moment you decide to start your day with purpose.